here we are. Hello. Welcome back to Paradramasight. The Mermaid's Curse. And, you know, we have been enjoying this hunk of a man, Abby here, and learning more about the Mermaid's Curse from him. Or at least the history of this island. Which is ironic because these two live here. And have lived here. In fact, this island kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. This island kind of sucks. Like, the people treat the main character so badly here. I don't think I like any of these people. With the exception of his best friend, because his best friend actually does have his back. Give me just a second. I need to unplug my tablet. Hey, Ura! Welcome! I see you over there on YouTube. Hi, YouTube! Welcome in! Woo. The MC with the shitty backstory is mandatory. I mean, I don't feel like it's a backstory. Like, they just hate this kid. They hate this kid. They hated his mama. I'm surprised they even allowed, I don't think they allowed, the husband, his father, to marry his wife. Like, I don't think they even were, they didn't even like that. And they're blaming an entire, like, accident on him and his mother. Because, supposedly, his mother, is a descendant from the people who originally raided the island with the mermaids, and the mermaids decided to sink the entire island. So, supposedly, his mother is a descendant of the raiders. And the little boy kind of asked if there was like a source, like, is there a source for that? And the village leader says, well, I just think it is. I just think that's the case. And, she clearly had this spirit stone and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you don't know that. You don't know, you, like, hate this kid for no reason. So now that everybody is caught up, let's continue. This would make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. Huh, I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being home to the priestess who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale. So she was actually a priestess? A slight embellishment to make it more of an interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about Otohime of Ryugu. It is said that they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh! But what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good. But where is this Ryugu Palace anyway? You want to know? You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well. Then take it away, Circe. Ah, right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the eternal world I mentioned earlier. Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Ais, which is said to consist of waves from the eternal world, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime mermaids. right? That's right. What's more, as priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise, wouldn't it be odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality? It wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime, displayed an ability to influence. Streaking at the gym! Nice! Displayed an ability to influence the physical age of others using the Tamtebako. Ah! If this story has a basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespan, that power of hers makes a lot more sense. Don't you think? I see, so that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality, even without eating their flesh. Oh, you see? Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Haha! What creature was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the, eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or a kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Kamishima! And there you have it, the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? Could Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? By the way, Yuza. Yes. You said your name was Yuza Minikuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with with an individual by the name of Mare Minikuchi? Huh? Mare Minikuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. Ah, I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago, You wouldn't have happened to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No, what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Could she have had some sort of connection to the mermaids? Well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit. Is that to scale? I hope it is. Sorry. Oh, is that the scale? Yes, I think he is technically referring to the scale here. Regrettably, the only lead is I have a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mare Minikuchi. A rumor from where? Oh, you want to know? Well, I suppose you wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishimiya home. What? Someone who survived the disaster that sunk Taishima and their descendants are still around today? Yes, technically the only thing that his mom would have been able to give him would have been the scale. And, his fantastic swimming ability. Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? This particular individual was also the one who told me about all 3 of the mermaids who said to have lived on Taishimiya. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds your good conscience? Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. What does the scale mean there? So the main character has a scale, kind of like a rainbow colored scale, that his mom left him. Now, the main character believes that this is his mother's scale and that his mother is a mermaid, or might possibly be or know a mermaid. So that's kind of where we're at right now. You're caught up. Yuza. Yeah, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see... Oh, so you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. And you believe that mermaid in question might have been your mother. Okay, so they do go over it here. Yeah, I know it seems... It sounds pretty... I know it seems pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh no, on the contrary. I find it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishimiya. They say she took on human form several decades ago and has lived among humans ever since. What? No way! That would fit perfectly with our theory. Color me surprised as well. This is my surprise face, by the way. But it would be very interesting if that was the case. Ugh. Sorry, Abby, but I think I'm at my limit. Oh my, that bad, is it? Is something wrong? My apologies. As much as it would appear that we could talk more, as much as I wish we could talk more, it would appear we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today. Ah. Now that you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon. Oh wait! This is our most promising lead we've found. If you could stay for just a bit longer? Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too. But the little lady has been feeling under the weather, a bit under the weather ever since arriving here, you see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not going to get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay for the night after all. Thank you. I'm just about holding the nosebleed in. But I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching. A calamity? You can't mean... Ah! I forgot to mention. Young Circe here is a bit of sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Oh. Okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we must really go. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yuza. Sorry. Excuse me. Avi! You rang? If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, could you let me know as soon as possible, please? Oh, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Very well. If I hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you could, give me your contact information, perhaps? Thank you! Man, that was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot. But it seems like we won't be getting any more from them today. Sorry. But it seems getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really needed that information by tomorrow, though. Hmm? Yeah, let's go home. Was there something else you needed, Yuza? Oh, wait, no. Got it. You take care. Let's go here. Looks like the sun's starting to set. Why don't we go over what we've learned so far? Yeah, good idea. First, we learned that my mother was considered cursed by some of the islanders. Yeah, and they said that she was descended from the person who originally called forth the curse of the raging waves, or something like that. And because he thinks the curse is about to break out again, Mr. Wakamura currently thinks... Oh, excuse me. Stop that. Not everyone on the island believes in it, though. Kikyo and Shotaro didn't seem to believe in it at all, yeah. We also managed to speak with those two foreigners who were looking for mermaids. They were full of surprises. And there's also the rumor about the mermaids living near Taishimiya, a nearby island that was destroyed, and one of them assumed human form. I never thought we found something to support the idea that my mom might have been a mermaid. Whatever else we may have learned from this, the mermaid I encountered 5 years ago may very well be one of those three living near Taishimiya. We also got some hints where those mermaids might have come from. Let me take the straw in my mouth. Yeah, there's a good chance they originally came from an otherworldly place called Ryugu. They're in a place, if they're in a place like that, I don't see how we could ever get to them, though. What was it that girl said about a calamity approaching? What that girl said about a calamity approaching is bothering me a bit, too. There's no way she should know about the curse of the raging waves, right? Do you think that means the curse is real after all? I was thinking, what are the benefits of being a mermaid or having one in the family? Well, your line would live eternally if you were humans. It is assumed that they have magical powers. They're great swimmers and you'd never go hungry. Oh! Asami, I just realized something. Yeah? If the curse of the raging waves is in danger of breaking out again, wouldn't that mean the curse bearer is still around today? Oh, damn, you're right. But your mom is, well, not with us anymore. Mr. Wakamura, that's his name, Wakamura, seems to think that I wasn't the direct cause of the curse reappearing too. He'd probably be coming down on you even harder if he thought you were. So the person responsible would be someone who wasn't here 5 years ago, but is here now. Assuming the curse is real anyway. Yeah. I still really do wonder if my mom had some sort of link with mermaids. I hope whatever Gran has to tell us sheds some more light on things. You mean what she's planning to tell us at the bay tonight, yeah? What's wrong? There's a bunch of noise coming from Chuo Street. I think I heard screaming. Why is the music doing that? Why? Why? What? Why is everybody shocked? What happened? What's wrong? Tsukasa, what's wrong? I don't... We were just... But then Sato just... Yusa, look over there! What? Oh, fuck. Sato? There's blood everywhere! What happened? She's not moving. Don't tell me she's dead. Sato just suddenly... But then she just got cut down. Whatever it was, we gotta get her to the clinic. Wait, what is happening? Whoa. Sato, her wound is... Oh shit, what is happening? The wound is gone? Ah, Sato! Sato? Are you okay, Sato? Wait, what? Oh, Sato! Oh, Sato! It's her! She's the mermaid! Is she becoming a mermaid? No! She is the mermaid! Wait! Wait. Think about it. Wait. That would make sense. That would make sense. Because she's thought of as the town's encyclopedia, right? She knows a lot about the town. Things that she possibly should not know. She is infatuated with television. More so than the other people on the island. Huh. That's really interesting, dog. Alright, so before we go forward in the story, we're gonna go backwards a little bit. And we are going to... Hey girl, she's got the same virus that Sherry got from Resident Evil. Oh no. I am now forgetting that I forgot to launch V-Bridger, so I'm gonna launch that now. We're gonna put this over here. Connect to iPhone. There we go. And turn this on too, so we get the smooth tracking. Yeah. Okay. Yumiko Shiki arrives in Toba City, Mie Prefecture, to investigate the discovery of skeletal remains with her assistant, Soda Kiryu. We're in the 80s. Welcome, ma'am. I've been waiting for you. The site where the bones were found are a little ways offshore from this beach. You went ahead and started the investigation. I see. Thank you for that. Not at all. You clearing everything with the local police meant all I had to do was arrive and inspect the remains myself. To get straight to the point, there is no doubt. Signs of a curse are clearly evident. The skeletal remains. While if she grants wishes, there's no point in unaliving the mermaid. I'd wish for infinite popcorn so I could share with everyone in the chat. Aw. The skeletal remains are tied to a supernatural incident. It seems I was right to trust my intuition on this one. Alright then. Let me hear the full report. Understood. Hold on. Y'all seeing anything? Excuse me, I need to find some stickers. Stickers are very important. Alright. Diligent and earnest young man. His mentor, my husband, has nothing but praise for his skills, so he has my complete trust. I know I shouldn't rely on him too much, but he's so good at noticing the finer details that I often find myself doing. I mean, he's kinda cute. Let's hope he's in his mid-20s. His late 20s. His early 30s. To begin, shall we review the details of this case? Is that really necessary? Summarizing helps us notice things, something we miss. Not a day goes by that I don't admire your diligence, Soto. My thanks. I will strive to be brief. A few days ago, a fisherman off the coast of here hauled up a long rod-like object. It resembled a human bone, so he notified the police. That was about 10 days ago. Oh. So we fished it up completely by chance. Following that, the police conducted an underwater investigation of the surrounding area. They discovered multiple skeleton remains in a fissure beneath the rocks. All of the remains were already severely deteriorated, with each being several years to several decades old. As forensic struggles to identify the victims, there were just too little to go on. Only fragments of the skull remained, so facial reconstruction was apparently not possible. Hardly surprising in such a state. Still, with your ability, we hardly need facial reconstruction, do we? Indeed. I'll report on my discovery shortly. You know, one possibility comes to mind. Will you humor me? Please, go ahead. I wonder if those skeletal remains could be the victims of the Kamishima Sea disaster from 5 years ago. Regrettably, that is not the case. Oh, darn it. Please don't sound so defeated. Forensics confirmed 5 bodies in total, but they said each of them had decomposed over a different length of time. Oh, what the fuck? Meaning they all didn't die at the same time. Correct. The most recent appears to date back 6 years. The others go back some 10 years before that. Another 10, and another 10 or so on, and so on. So roughly 1 body every 10 years. Indeed. I imagine that any older remains must have simply decayed entirely. Which means someone's been using that fissure as a place to dump corpses for decades. It's surrounded by rock, and with mineral currents in the area, it's unlikely that they drifted there naturally. So somebody's killing people and dumping them into the fissure? Had that bone not been fished up by chance, we'd have never have known. In other words, it was an ideal site for quietly disposing bodies. So this was no accident. Someone did this. I imagine quite some resentment must have piled up over the years. Indeed, but I've already cleansed the lingering resentment in that area. Leaving such resentment to fester could lead to a curse manifesting after all. Efficient as always. My thanks. This is the town of Ijika in Toba City. The area is a historic place known for its ama divers. Oh, I know it well. It's almost famous as the filming location of one of Japan's most well-known monster films. I wouldn't know about that myself, ma'am. But you seem unusually well-versed in that area. Those old tokusatsu films are the best. You should watch them for yourself Soto. As you wish. I'll look into it. There is one more point of concern that all of the remains have in common. Go on. Each bone bore a clean, precise cut, clearly severed. Severed? You're saying they were sliced straight through the bone? Exactly. Each one was sliced through the bone with a clean cut, smooth as the last. Forensics noted that reproducing such uniform cuts would be extremely difficult. Even with industrial equipment, such precision would have been unachievable decades ago. One possible explanation is that a master swordsman wielding a razor-sharp katana cleaves each of them in a single stroke. Yes, well, that would certainly explain it. But warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. And we are taking a short break because the ads are here. God-forsaken power outage. No, I'm so sorry. Don't worry, the VOD will be here for you. I believe in you guys being able to see the VODs unless I have to private them, so don't worry, you will always be able to see the VODs. Ads? Guess I forgot to Bezos bucks. Yeah, where's your Bezos money? Use your Bezos bucks. Use your Bezos power. Imagine having ads, right? Couldn't be me. Oh, man. If you guys would give me a second, I think I need to go to the little vampire's room, and I will be right back, okay? I promise I won't be long. Did you guys enjoy your fishing trip without me? And I'm finally getting to that hydrate routine. See? I got a big pickle. You gonna share? Anyway. But warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. Which brings us to the possibility of a curse. I suppose. It was this big. Wow. That's a big pickle. Did you take a screenshot of it? Can I see it? Obligatory, is that a rocket in your pocket? Correct. If the You'll have to check the VOD. Alright, I'll check it later. Correct. If the cuts were made by supernatural means, the rules change. As it turns out, there were traces of a curse at each of the severed points. It was just a matter of time until we found one. Also, for the briefest moment, I glimpsed a curse echo that looked like a warrior in armor. A curse echo in armor? What the fuck? Why is he stanced up like that? And judging from the crest on its armor and given our location, it appears to be a curse tied to the Heike. The Heike. Heike? Heike. Hold up, let's take a look. No, I don't think we've ever gotten to it. Yeah, I don't think we've ever gotten to that. No. The Heike? I'm not so sure. The Heike were a branch of the Tara clan, a warrior family who rose to power at the end of the Heian period. From their base in Ice Providence, they expanded their influence, reaching great heights under Tara no Kiyomori. But in their pride, they were defeated by Genji in what was known as the Genpei Wars. Ah, yes, of course, I knew that. The tale of Heike preserved just how prosperous they were before they fell. Many who lived through the downfall carried deep regrets. Their resentment is especially persistent. Many traces remain even today, and they can be quite meddlesome. Indeed, you hear all about it over the place. All over the place. I guess even by expert standards, it's quite the problem. What's more, the katana that the curse echo carried, it may have been the famed blade Nukemaru. Nukemaru? It's probably Nukemaru. Nukemaru? Yes, a blade passed down through the Heike, once wielded by Taru no Tadamori. Tari no Tadamori? It would seem your love of swords has proven rather useful here. So what you're saying is these skeletal remains were cut and killed by the power of Tadamori's curse. I cannot say that it was Tadamori himself, but I am confident it was a curse from someone within the Heiki. At least, it offers an explanation for those mysteriously perfect cuts. But the bodies being dumped every decade, surely they can't be the curse too, can it? Correct. I imagine that part likely involves further intervention by someone else. So this wasn't an accident by some spontaneous curse. There's a perpetrator out there. Indeed. However, I can't imagine any psychic with enough power to wield such a curse would dispose of bodies so poorly. My theory is that someone is using a curse stone. They are killing through its curse, then discarding the bodies. A curse stone? Think of it as a talisman that lets even those without spirit sense use the power of curses. Oh snap, we got curse stones. We're not out of the woods yet, folks. They're created when intense resentment fuses with a suitable relic. That sounds dangerously convenient. There were a few incidents involving curse stones in Tokyo last year. Actually, didn't you hear? Now that you mention it, that would somewhat ring a bell. So in short, whoever's behind this possesses a stone imbued with the Heiki's curse. They use it to kill someone roughly every decade, dumping their body into the sea. Yes, that aligns with the evidence. Thank you for the summary. Okay, let's make sure there's nobody else around. Was that the glass game mentioned? No, because, the other game was in, a different, island, was on a different island. Because it wasn't in Tokyo. Skeletal remains. Now then, about those skeletal remains. Were you able to use your Shangan soda? Yes, I did. It only worked on the most recent body, though. The one from 6 years ago. Viewing part of the remains, I was able to reconstruct a portrait sketch of how he looked when he was alive. Here's a copy. I've already provided one to the police as well. Impressive! That ability of yours remains quite the asset. Not always. There are times where the vision just doesn't come through. It is far from... Hanjo is in Tokyo, though. Oh, it is! Oh! Well then... Oh! Oh! Well then yes! Probably. That's probably what they're referring to then, yes. Oh, that's kind of how they're connected. That's kind of cool. Besides, there are those who would simply speak directly with the victim's spirit and ask who did it. Even so, none of these methods would hold up as admissible evidence in court. But as a lead in our investigations, it's more than excellent. It's more than enough. Excellent work. Thank you. We had the police compare the sketches against missing people from 6 years ago. But no matches were found. Aw, look at that face. Damn. Would have made things much easier. Detective Ide is continuing the investigation. Ah, the detective with the local police. I've heard he's good, so let's hope he proves it. Say, Soto, that sketch of yours. Maybe we should show it to some of the locals? Ah, good point. Someone might recognize him if they were around here 6 years ago. If we can identify the victim, it could help us trace the one who used the curse. I guess we can't leave things be now that we know the curse is involved. Honestly, I'd rather not deal with it. There you go again. Are you sure that's something you should be saying out loud? Obviously not. I just want to get this over with and go home, that's all. Yes, we all know how much you love your home. You can see the sea from here all the way out to Kamishima. Do you sense anything out there, Soto? Yes, I do. The waves south of Kamishima are saturated with the powerful presence of the curse of the raging waves. I can sense it even from this distance. That's how strong it is. Oh my god! They're on a whole different island! And whatever hateration energy, whatever hater energy is coming from the island, they can feel it from an island away. Whoever manifested that curse is a supreme hater. Someone is mad. That's so? Looking out to sea, I can't see anything. I just hope this means we've made it in time. Even during the disaster 5 years ago, the energy was never this overwhelming. The seal has been broken. There's no doubt about it. So it's already broken? That isn't good. The sea still seems calm, though. Does the storm not break out immediately? Yes. Something seems to be holding it back for now. Oh. There's a silver lime. Oh, the seal! I think that was us. Yeah, I think we did that, actually. It seems stable for the moment. We probably have 2 or 3 days of safety. Then, we've got a bit of breathing room. Perhaps there's still something we can do. I hope we can do something about the curse of the raging waves while it's still being held back. Yes, but despite all the efforts, we still haven't found a way to lift the curse. We might have quite a struggle ahead of us. That's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? And we have no idea where your ancestors' keepsake is either. Ooh, sorry about that, Itchy Eye. I apologize on behalf of my family. Ma'am, behind you. Behind me? Who the fuck is behind me? Hello? Yes? Who's that? Just someone in the town? From the town passing by? Ah, she bolted! Soto, after her! On it. Why the fuck does she run? Hey, stop! Let me go! I didn't do nothing wrong! I've apprehended the suspect. Yeah, look, why did you start running? Why did you turn around and start running? What is wrong with you, lady? Why are you running? Why are you running? Right. Give me a second, you guys. I need to resize the game screen, I think. Hold on. Give me just a sec. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Anyway, I've apprehended the suspect. Good work. Sorry for the rough handling. Mind helping us out a bit? What were you doing here? Why did you run? What? Don't get smart with me. You're the suspicious ones, sneaking around and poking into things. You think folks wouldn't be wary with shady types like you wandering through town? Ah, I see. Sorry if we gave you a scare. We're with the police. Nothing shady here. You're with the police? Seriously? You heard about the skeletal remains found nearby, yes? That's what we're looking into. You don't look like police. Say, do you live around here? There's something I'd like you to take a quick look at. Do you recognize this face at all? We believe he might have been around here about 6 years ago. Huh? No, don't know him. I see. Then could you point us in the direction of someone who might know about people coming and going in town? No idea. Ask who you want. Whoever you want. Can I go now? I've got nothing to do with this. I don't know a thing. All right. I'm sorry for holding you up. She's weird. Yeah, she was weird. What a peculiar woman. It was like her mind was somewhere else entirely. Well, either way, we should talk to some more people in town. Agreed. Also, could you ask around and find out who that woman is? Of course. Several hours later. Ma'am, I've learned a few things. Excellent. Let's hear it. I think we should ask about the portrait first. I showed the sketch of the victim to several townspeople. However, it would seem that no one here recognized him at all. Unfortunately, I think chances are he wasn't from this area to begin with. I guess we'll have to place our hopes on Detective Ide, then. The Bordentown Center are down that way, so this area is technically the outskirts. It's a quiet town, so a stranger loitering here would definitely attract attention. That's a good point. Okay, hold on. We gotta look around. Aha! I also asked around about the woman we encountered earlier. Apparently, she isn't originally from this town. Oh, is that so? Indeed. Apparently, she wandered into town about 5 years ago. She's been living alone in a cheap rental apartment on the outskirts of town ever since. When she first arrived, she had nothing but an old wooden box, which she was clutching as if it was very dear to her. Nothing but an old wooden box? Supposedly, she used to work as an ama diver. Around when she first moved here, she would occasionally go diving for fish. But these days, she keeps to herself, and no one ever sees her diving anymore. Huh. I have a question. Does she have a son by any chance? No one really knows how she supports herself, and many of the islanders find her unsettling. Perhaps she fled from something and moved her life here. That was suggested, yes, but she's never spoken about her past, so no one knows for sure. Although, according to her landlord, she has never been late on rent, and she's never caused any problems either. Still, it seems odd she'd get so worked up about strangers coming into town. It doesn't seem like she's in any position to be worrying about that. You think she might be hiding something? It's possible. Her attitude changed the moment we said we were with the police. Perhaps she was keeping watch over the coast where the bodies were dumped, waiting to see if someone showed up. Right. I mean, the most recent body is from 6 years ago, and she arrived in the town 5 years back. The timing is rather suspicious when you look at it like that. We'd best keep an eye on her. Agreed. Were you able to get her name? Apparently her name is Somekawa, but I didn't get her first name. Somekawa? Why does that name sound so familiar? You've heard it before? I think so, but I can't quite remember where. But I'm a woman who cast off her past long ago. I guess I shouldn't let it bother me. Not this again. Let's leave any time-consuming background checks to Detective Ide. Very well, I'll inform him. So that means that the woman might have been marking us since we got here. It's possible. I apologize for not noticing sooner. Even a moment's lapse can expose one to a curse. I was careless, but I won't let it happen again. You can be cursed that easily? That's terrifying. What a world we live in. You don't suppose we might be working with a bad sketch here? You need not worry. That I'm confident in the likeness. It should be a near perfect match. You're right. I'm sure it's close. Sorry for doubting you. That concludes all the information I've gathered from my inquiries. That helps a lot. Thanks. Shall I summarize our next steps? Oh, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the library, and enjoy your stay. I want to be able to read the name, Twitch. Will you let me do that? No? Ah, yes. Thank you, Couch Potato. Welcome in. Shall I summarize our next steps? Yes, I suppose. We need to do something about all this. Let's see. Regarding the unidentified skeletons. Until we can identify the victims from the sketch, we have no other leads to move forward. I believe this is best left in Detective Ide's hands. Yes, agreed. I think the same goes for that Somekawa woman from earlier. We'll have Detective Ide look into her. It's nice to have someone we can rely on that end as well. In other words, we can safely leave the skeleton case to him, for now. Yes, though we should remain vigilant regarding the curse stones. About the curse of the raging waves. Regarding our main objective, or the so-called curse of the raging waves. Without knowing how to lift it, there's not much we can do right now. I don't suppose there's a chance you'd be able to break the curse using brute force. You're quite good at that. It is certainly an option if worse comes to worse, but I can't say I have high hopes it would work. I guess it would be more realistic to try and find some clues about the whereabouts of your ancestors' keepsake instead. Indeed, it's said that the item may hold the key to lifting the curse of the raging waves. Hmm. But even the location of the map pointing to that key safe has unfortunately lost to time. Although the map was said to be hidden inside the model of mermaid mummy. One rumor says it was sold overseas during the Edo period. Doesn't sound promising. If we can't find it, then I guess we're back trying to break the curse with brute force. But even to consider that route, we'd need much more intel from the island. Which is why we need to head to Kamishima. At the very least, advise the locals to evacuate. Yes, hopefully someone of influence will believe us about the curse of the raging waves. Is something wrong? No, it's just that one of the islanders I spoke to seems to be calling me over. Something may have happened. I'll go find out. Please do. Ma'am. What is it? The person who called me over shared a new piece of information. They told me to keep it secret, but opened up since we're with the police. Go on. Earlier this morning, down by the shore, they appeared to find something that resembled the corpse of a mermaid. A mermaid? Really? That same person reported it to a local authority and was immediately ordered to tell no one, not even the police. You're kidding me. The local authority then contacted an unknown individual. Soon after, someone came and secretly retrieved the mermaid corpse. That couldn't be more suspicious, could it? Exactly. They were uneasy about the whole thing, which is why they confided in me. What shall we do? Did they describe what the mermaid looked like? Yes. They said from the head to the shoulders, it was entirely human, but below that, that was entirely fish. So it was not the classic mermaid from fairy tales, it would seem. Only the head was human. They said it was completely dried out, almost mummified. The face was unrecognizable. I am losing my mind. But they thought it resembled a local ama diver named Tamiko Suma. What? Apparently she went out diving alone this morning and hasn't returned. That's likely what worried the witness the most. That's troubling. Damn it, just what we needed. More things to deal with. First things first. Let's deal with this mermaid story. Come on. Oh. There's more. Well, don't mind if I do. Also, as a reminder, ads are getting ready to start in 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. So, if you would like to completely dodge them, consider getting your library card. But if not, that's completely okay. You can hang out with the ads for a little bit and then come on back. Do not worry. I do not read when the ads are going, unless it's a really tense situation and I can't stop myself. But my mods and chat are very good at stopping me before I get too far. A mermaid corpse has been discovered on the beach near Ijika Town. While Yumiko and her partner are investigating its whereabouts, they run into an important local figure. Oh hey! Gampa! Yamishina! Thank you for agreeing to meet with us on such short notice. I understand you're a busy man. Not like I have much choice when some bigwig from the prefecture police badgering me to do so. So you're Shiki from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department security division, was it? And here I thought you were just some housemaid. You're sure from the police in that getup? Well, I'm primarily a housewife by trade, but that's hardly important right now. You're also known as Unkakudono, I believe. After hearing so many rumors, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. Rumors, eh? Unkakudono. Unkakudono. What does that mean? Yes. I hear you've been doing some, under the table research into immortality. Oh, okay. So we're gonna stop because ads started. So, are you guys enjoying the story so far? I think, the mermaid lady, I didn't expect, so whoever, did anyone expect her to die first? I mean, she didn't die, so I guess that's fine. I don't think that counts. She stood back up. So I don't think that counts. Yeah, it's going a bit slower than the last one. I think it's gonna pay off. Yeah, it's like kind of teasing us. It's kind of going like, ooh, you know there's a ghost story here. Ooh, you're really excited. I know you're really excited. Last time, I did not expect her to die first. She didn't die. She got up. She was just like, hey, it's me. I'm him. She just stood up like, I'm him. I'm him. Also, it's not lost upon me that Shotaro and Tsubasa were the ones who found her. Or rather, like, her best friend and, you know, the guy that she likes. Sorry, the guy that likes her. Excuse me. The guy that her best friend likes were the first person to find her. Like, after he broke her heart into tiny little pieces. Yeah, I did not expect her to die first. Do you think he, you know, killed her? She did say that, like, something happened. She said that, like, one moment she was standing there, the next moment, like, she had a hole in her chest or something. I wonder how that's gonna, like, I'm really curious now. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be her, you know? I expected maybe Tsukasa or, like, anybody else. Even, Yuza himself. Welcome back, everybody. Let's continue reading. So, hi, YouTube. I hope you guys are enjoying the, not post, but, like, kind of pre-read chatter or whatever. Anyway, and so what if I am? Well, now, I wouldn't have expected you to be such a dreamer, but it does make you just a bit more relatable. You can laugh all you want. What has it got to do with the police, anyway? It seems, on this particular occasion, that it has quite a bit to do with the police, unfortunately. You don't say. Alright, hold on. This is very important. Hey, buddy. Yeah, boy. Alright, let's keep looking around. Hold on. Turn the vision back on. Alright, let's make sure we look around. Really gotta make sure we look around. Anybody seeing any more stickers? Any more stickers? Okay. I can hear what you have to say now. This is Yoshiatsu Yamashina. He's a tycoon with multiple properties and companies to his name, mostly based in
Izeshimiya. He's been long rumored in being involved in various shady dealings.
Wait, there was? What?
Special Investigations has had an eye on him for a while now, but they haven't managed to find any concrete evidence so far. It seems he has a knack for pinning the blame on his subordinates before finding a way to slip away. Needless to say, he and the police are quite familiar with each other by this point. Though I don't doubt he has local police chiefs and politicians under his thumb. Behind the scenes. There's no need for me to get involved in all that. I'll be satisfied as long as I get the information we need from him.
Yeah, I mean, I got this sticker right here. I got the sticker. Was there another one? Did you guys see another one? Yeah, the singer is going crazy.
These splendid gardens all fall within the grounds of Mr. Yamashina's estate. Part of me wonders why he needs so much space when he doesn't have a family. But I suppose he has an image to maintain. Hold on, let me scroll around.
Oh, he's so tall. Sorry. Yeah, I don't see anything, guys.
People like Yamashina have a tendency to underestimate me whenever I meet them alone. Having someone intimidating like Soda with me gets them to take me a little more seriously. I'm glad he's here with me today. After looking into the corpse of the mermaid found earlier this morning, it seems highly likely that it was taken into the custody of Mr. Yamashina here. He's quite the big shot around here, with plenty of weight to throw around both politically and financially. Of course, all the local police know of him, and his moniker, Ka Kudono. We had to get one of the higher-ups to act as an intermediary to even get a meeting with him. Personally, I'm happy as long as we can get the mermaid corpse back from him. Although I certainly won't complain if he can tell us anything about the curse as well. I hear he's quite the curmudgeon, so we'll have to watch our step when dealing with him.
I'm not seeing anything, guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Okay.
Apparently, he wears that crested hakama every day. Not exactly casual wear for most people. Wearing something like that in this summer heat, that's commitment to keeping up appearances. I'll get straight to the point. I believe you took a mermaid corpse into your possession this morning.
What?
That corpse is linked to an ongoing case. We came here to ask you to release it into police custody.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Of course, you will get something in return. We have information I'm sure you'll find profitable in exchange.
Like I said, no idea what you're on about. If that's what you came here for, then scram.
Oh, pity. I thought you'd be really interested in what we had to share. Assuming you're really interested in immortality. Well, I suppose we barely know each other. It's only natural that you be wary of our intentions. What do you say to a little chat to get to know each other better, Mr. Unkadono?
By the way, you're obviously not some run-of-the-mill carp. Who are you?
Why, I believed I mentioned it when I introduced myself. I'm just a simple housewife. A likely tale. Plus, that fellow next to you also's got a strange air about him. He's no ordinary person, is he? My, how observant of you. I suppose you could say that, yes. It doesn't take a genius to see it. One of those phony psychic types, are you? Phony? Ha! Hit a nerve, did I? There are far too many of your kind around lately. Cozying up to those in power by feeding them a bunch of nonsense. Liars and cheaters, all of you. You seem to have quite a chip on your shoulder about this, Mr. Yamashina. Don't know because of this occult craze going on, but I've seen far too many folks get taken in by that tripe. That Wamakura over there at Kamishima is one of them. Talk about a waste of potential. Wamakura? Can't say I care much about who you are anymore. You're going around with some phony type that tells me all I need to know. How dare you? Soto, calm down. He can think what he wants. I hear you've been putting quite a bit of effort into training the younger generation recently. What's your take on today's youth? Useless, the lot of them. A bunch of pushovers that have all this new generation tripe to go in their heads. We're the ones who built this country back up after the war, but they're out there sitting around like they own the place. Far too big for their britches. Hi, Grim. Hi, welcome in. It's Sin. How are you? I hope you're resting your voice. You better be resting your voice. I'm coming for you. You need a hottie toddy right now. Or else. Like even now, I'm drinking a vitamin water. Oh, that is so good. Anyway. Look at that face. Oh my god. My. What a scathing review. Would our resident member of the newer generation like to comment at all? Please don't call me that. I hear you've been searching for a successor, though. Given your strong opinions on the matter, I take it you're struggling? I can see why that could lead to a desire for immortality. After all, there's no need to cede your legacy to someone else if you could remain at the reins yourself, That might have been true when I started my research. Oh, I take it that isn't the case now? I'm no spring chicken. The thought of living for hundreds of years like this ain't exactly appealing anymore. Don't see much point in immortality if I'm already long past my prime. Well, that certainly is different from the rumors. My apologies for jumping to conclusions. You have my wholehearted agreement that immortality doesn't necessarily bring happiness, though. Let me clear one more thing while we're at it. I've already decided on my successor. Oh? Turns out, the perfect candidate was right on my nose the entire time. I haven't told them yet, but they're a sharp one. They'll do a fine job. Is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I suppose that would mean you no longer have any need for immortality then. Who said I wasn't still interested? It simply has nothing to do with my successor. I intend continuing on my research. For medical advancement, you understand? Think of it as doing my bit for society. You're always quick to assume the worst of what I do. How about you mind your own business for a change?
Well, there's not much we could say to that. We'll try to be more discerning from now on. I hate this guy. Like, genuinely, he's very mean. He's definitely a curmudgeon. She is correct. He is definitely a big curmudgeon. My voice is still in working order. I slept for 15 hours, so I'm doing okay. Make sure to have some tea with honey, please. I've already chosen my successor. No need to harp on it anymore. I've already written up my will and passed it off to my lawyer. You be sure to let your friends at the police know, too. There's one thing I should warn you about. Eating the flesh of that mermaid you found won't grant you immortality. And what would you know about that? Well, you know, one hears all sorts of things in this day of age. I don't know where it came from, but there seems to be a legend that eating mermaid flesh will grant one immortality. All I wanted to say that is just that. A legend. It has no basis in reality at all. How can you be so sure? Just think about it. If that legend were true, wouldn't it be strange that no confirmed immortals have ever been found? Yeah. Who's to say they aren't just living and hiding? Sadly, I don't like tea much. I should be taking a shower and drinking lots of water, so no worries. If it helps, I'm used to the Susie voice, so that my throat doesn't even hurt now. That still doesn't mean the damage isn't like when I used to go up into my higher registers for my other character. It's similar. Grim requires a little bit of vocal fry and frankly is in my lower register.
But when I'm speaking all the way up here, it gets really tiring after doing it for 6 hours. So please take care of your voice.
That is such a wild change. I am a voice actress. I can do it. The legend of Yumi Bikuni is passed down over 100 places across Japan. Yet not a... Don't clip that! Hold on! Who said you could do that? Don't do that. Thank you for clipping. Oh, RoboCrow works today. And yet, not a single verifiable immortal has ever been found to show for it. So you mean all those legends were fake? Please. If even just one of those tales are true, there's always a chance there's an immortal hiding away somewhere. I see. You really are quite the dreamer, aren't you? I figured you were trying to bluff me out of that mermaid corpse for some reason or another. But now I'm sure of it. The thing's hiding some sort of secret, isn't there? Something you don't want me to find out. By the way, you're quite connected around these parts, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't have anything to do with what we came here to talk about. But I was wondering if you happen to recognize this person in the sketch? It seems he lived in the Izeshima area around 6 years ago. Nope, never seen him. I assumed you heard the news about the old human bones found in the seabed. This is a sketch of one of the victims of that case. You sure you have no idea who it could be? I've heard of it actually.
Got no interest in things that have nothing to do with me. And who might this Wakamura person be? Wakamura? He's one of my proteges. He's currently in charge over at Kamishima. Used to have high hopes for that one, but that changed when he came under the thrall of some phony sorcerer in Tokyo. A phony sorcerer in Tokyo? You heard, right? Since there's been no end to this nonsense. Buying properties out in the mountains, changing company names, all because of something this sorcerer whispered in his ear. He even told me the layout of my house was unlucky and tried to get me to renovate the place. Just recently, he was going on and on about some curse causing a big storm. That sort of rubbish. A storm caused by a curse, you say? Even said the storm 5 years ago was caused by the same curse. He's been trying to wheedle me into helping him find some way to stop it. But I'm done with him and his ramblings. Man's clearly a lost cause. He'll be coming over here tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking it's time to have someone else take the reins over Kamishima. I see. Even though you believe in immortality, you refuse to associate with anything to do with the occult. And you do? I figure someone claiming to be a cop would have more sense than that. How are you meaning to solve crimes if criminals can just pull out curses left and right? You won't find me disagreeing there. So what exactly has this Wakamura person have been saying about this curse? Hell if I remember. Why don't you go to Kamishima and ask the man yourself? Maybe we will. Thank you for the information. Is there anything you can tell us about the phony sorcerer this Wakamura was so devoted to? Wakamura went on and on about how there's some big shot who appeared on television. I've never heard of him. And as I said, just ask him yourself. Oh, sure. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. As I said, just ask him yourself. Of course. We'll be sure to do so. So you admit you have the mermaid corpse, then? Oh, don't worry. We assumed as much from the start. If I'm not mistaken, that mermaid was in some sort of mummified state, no? I doubt you'll be eating it as is. Surely there's no harm in handing it over, no? So you can hog it for yourself? You won't fool me that easily. You don't think a rare specimen like that ought to be placed in the care of a proper research institute? I'm saying I'll get a specialist research institute to study it. Problem solved. I suppose. I'll make sure that mermaid gets studied properly. Don't you worry about that. How about this, then? If you agree to give up the mermaid, we'll tell you what we know in return. For someone who doesn't believe in the occult, you seem awfully fixated on this mermaid and immortality. Which suggests to me that you found something that you consider quite conclusive. Bah, what are you on about now? Well, I happen to know a bit more about mermaids than most people. Ma'am, are you sure? It's fine. I had the opportunity to do some research into them a while back, you see. You don't say, and... Well, Mermaids do indeed have the ability to grant a human immortality. Ha! I knew it! More precisely, individuals granted immortality in this way are known as 800-year-old immortals. So they have a lifespan of 800 years? That's right. As the name suggests, they gain 800 years of remaining life. During this time, they won't age a day, and if they die, they will resurrect immediately.
Sounds like a real blessing.
No, I'm afraid it's anything but. One who defies the very laws of nature like that is no longer human. They're an anomalous being that should not be allowed to exist. As such, our position requires that any such individuals we find are dealt with as swiftly as possible. Indeed, this immortality, originally a curse mermaids placed upon humans. A curse? Immortality is neither blessing nor salvation from the living. It is a curse that robs them of the ability to die. None of those who have become 800-year-old immortals have found happiness. Not one. It renders living among other humans impossible. It makes them an outcast from society. And of course, there are a few years at first when life will be tolerable. But after that, every meeting ends in parting. You will outlive whoever you love are loved by.
Hey, I know how that feels. It's not great. It sucks.
Trust me, it really sucks. Imagine liking that cute poet from, the 1800s, and then he just dies. Ugh. It's so frustrating. And then you end up dating this really nice guy in the 80s. Really cool hair. Smells terrible. Beautiful singing voice. And then he just dies. He just dies on you. Ugh. 100 years isn't nearly enough time. And remember that vampirism is on a 70% basis. So even if I wanted to turn him, there was only a 70% chance that he would make it through. He could just die. He'd just be a corpse. I'll be taking a shower, so I gotta get to lurking, but I appreciate you, Grim. Thank you. Enjoy your lurk, and don't forget to use the command. And also, humans get this funny idea. Oh! You got the rare lurk. That's great. Message me later and I'll give you a prize. Blah 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 blah. Sweet dreams. Yeah, there's literally a single digit chance of that. I put it at like 1%. Me too. There's also this funny little idea that humans get when things get too anomalous for them, right? They tend to get violent. You may not think that humans get violent. You may think you're all civilized with your computers and, guns and technology. But let something stay within your periphery for too long. Let someone look too young for too long. You'll be screaming witch by the end of the month. Witch. Burn the witch. Remember that? It quickly can go right back to that. Just like that. If something stays a little too long in your periphery. So keep that in mind. And even if you find acceptance, it will only be for a time. You will be shunned eventually. You will experience this over and over for 800 years. 800 years unable to die, with loneliness as your constant companion. This is why many see no other recourse than a life of monastic seclusion, just like Yabiko did. I suppose that makes sense. Still, there'll always be those who seek immortality. Always have, always will be. You think so? I, for one, struggle to see the appeal. In any case, there are also certain conditions that must be met for this curse of immortality to be effective. Eating mermaid's flesh alone is enough to make you an 800-year-old immortal. Oh, and what exactly are those conditions? Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not aware of the specifics myself. But I can say this much at least. The mummy you have in your possession is no mermaid. Huh? Bullshit! Ain't no way there's anything other than a mermaid! What I meant to say, that the mummy is different from the beings from the mermaids who wield this curse. Not all half-fish, half-humans are mermaids. In fact, calling them by the same name is what leads to mishaps like this one. Say what? You mean to tell me that it's not a mermaid? That real mermaids are a completely separate thing? That's right. Which is why I can say with confidence that eating its flesh won't make you immortal. It seems like you weren't bluffing after all. So what is that thing then? There's gotta be a reason you're after it. I imagine that even if you had detected it and had it examined, all your results would point to it just being a mass of fibers. In other words, nothing more than a man-made fake. Huh? There's a good reason for that, you see. That mummy is merely the corpse of an average human, twisted beyond recognition by the curse of the forsaken fish. What? Another curse? Another curse, wielded by mermaids as it happens. That would be the remains of someone who died under it. It also happens to be the same curse responsible for the mermaids found every few 100 years or so across the country. Now you see why we'd rather you handed the mermaid over to us. The poor soul deserves a proper burial, same as everyone else. Surely you're not so hard-hearted to deny them that. Curse is this, curse is that. It's all a bunch of hokum, if you ask me. That said, that report I got from the Research Institute earlier said the exact same thing. Oh, then I take it you've already had the mermaid dissected then. They said it was likely a fake, but I asked them if they wanted to keep going anyway. I told them to keep at it, but It should be clear now that you have nothing to gain from researching that corpse, least of all information on immortality. Won't you consider handing it over? Of course, we could always take you in on charges of abandonment and desecration of the corpse. All right, have it your way. I'm so glad you came around. Thank you for your cooperation. That's right. Give me the corpse. Got him. Run me my corpse, dude. I'll give you the damn mermaid. But in exchange, I want you to tell me one thing. What is it? You say there are real mermaids out there. Where are these real mermaids hiding then? I suppose you could call it the eternal world.
The eternal world? Oh, the music. Hold on. Okay.
Yes. Mermaids are not creatures of this world, you see. Their original home is Ryugu, the domain of the sea god. Ryugu? And how do you get there? Sorry to say that Ryugu's doors are only open to the dead. Going there is impossible for a human.
You could claim anything with a fairy tale like that. It all sounds like hokum.
That said, the entrance to Ryugu is said to lie somewhere in the Isle Sea.
There have been... Oh, we gotta stop. But we get to groove. Yeah. Ah, the music's so good. Alright. While we're sitting here, feel free to fish, right? And... Stop. Feel free to fish, and yeah. I'm not at liberty to stop just yet, so... We're gonna probably do one more chapter, maybe, after this one, and then we'll call it a night. But otherwise, isn't this like so interesting? So supposedly, Yuza's mother may be a mermaid, and if she is, does that make Yuza half mermaid? It would also explain how really good he is at swimming. And can he access the eternal world? Because technically, he is a mermaid. And if that's the case, do you think he'll get a tail? Maybe he gets to choose. I'm really excited. This kind of slow building, it reminds me of like a very, I hate to say it reminds me of like fan fiction, but it reminds me of like this very good book I was reading where you just kind of felt it build. And as like the tension rose, you slowly felt yourself walking up to the precipice, and you gaze downwards, and then something just pushes you over into the murky deep below. That's what this feels like right now. We're kind of walking up to that precipice for the game to slowly put gentle hands on our back and push us right in. Okay, let's continue. There have been numerous sightings of mermaids crossing over this world in the area's long history.
which is why Ise Bay has its share of mermaid legends, too. Now that you mention it, I've heard one of these stories, too. Some old tale about mermaids being found on the long-lost island called Taishima or something, or the like. The what? Wait a moment. Where did you hear that story? Huh. Caught your interest, have I? Looks like the story has some merit to it after all. I was simply surprised is all. It's not a name I've come across in any historical records. It's just something I heard from one of the youngins I have out there looking for mermaids. I see. Sounds like you've got a capable young hand. I wouldn't suppose it'd be possible to meet with this individual. Nope, not happening. Unless you're willing to spill the beans on everything you know about mermaids. Every last bit of info. And maybe, just maybe I'd consider it then. It's clear you're no ordinary housewife, after all. Not interested? Then this meeting's over. I'll hand the corpse over to the police as promised. But don't think I've given up on mermaids or immortality. If they really exist, I'll find them and I'll make them mine.
This guy is so mean. Yeah, I hate him. He sucks.
And cliche.
Yeah, he's a dick. I don't like him. Oh, we're in August. Oh, it's Ide. Hey there, you two. Sorry for calling you out here when you're so busy. I figured it'd be best to give you the rundown out of our findings as soon as possible.
It's no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, first we gotta look for stickers. Hold on. Everybody looking for stickers? Look for the stickers. Hi, Soto. You are so cute. Oh my god. Please be of age. Alright. I think he's old enough. It's fine. This is one of Ise's city. This is Ise City residential districts. Right now the ground is so hot, the air around it seems to be shimmering. And what do we have here? Oh, this? This is a poster advertising Kamishima. Something about it catch your eye? No, I was just thinking, surely it would be better to put it somewhere tourists will actually see it. Good point. Maybe they had some posters left over? That's just the police box I was waiting at. Something you were wondering about? No, I just happened to find myself looking at it, that's all. Would you rather talk inside? There's no air conditioner, so it's probably cooler out here. It's quite alright. Talking out here should be fine. Despite the heat, Soto looks as unruffled as ever. I do hope he isn't pretending to be alright. Let's hear what Detective Ide has to say. Alright. Alright, Detective Masaru Ide. Wondering about my suit, are you? It's just a cheapo thing. Sorry, I don't have anything more presentable. So did you manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina? Yes, thank you again for your help there. He seems willing to hand the body over without any fuss. Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon
go to all that trouble to withhold a body? Everything I hear is true. You could probably charge him for desecrating a corpse, you know. Or was there something special about that corpse? How observant of you, Detective. I can, of course, explain it to you if you'd like to know more.
Wait a sec. Is it related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing, if so.
Oh, really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold.
Ma'am, please stop trying to rope him into helping us. I've never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meeting go? I'd bet he was pretty wary of you being with the police, but he didn't try to pick or fight or anything, did he?
Well, I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we upset him. At least, probably.
Huh, you don't sound very sure about that. Oh, right. That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. Oh shit, the music fell out. So I got all hands on deck going around asking about the sketch you gave me. And we finally found someone who recognized the victim.
Oh, that's great news.
The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived on Kumino 7 years ago. Apparently, the sketch looks like a 19-year-old she knew who left the village to go out to the city. So 7 years ago, he was 19, no? From the sounds of it, the guy had no relatives to speak of, left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that.
I see. Oh, that would make him a young man with no relatives left in his hometown behind 7 years ago. Did we get a name of our mysterious man?
Sure name. His name was Kipe Iyoma? Yeah, Kipe Iyoma.
Kipe Iyoma.
I looked him up in the residential registry, and it does look like he moved from Kumino City to Ise City 7 years ago. But it seems he doesn't live at the place he put in his address anymore.
Oh,
that's unfortunate. I checked with the apartment's landlord, and it would seem that about 6 years ago, the landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to pay both his rent and return to his apartment for several months straight. The landlord didn't put out a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid.
If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains.
We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always the possibility that we got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around, just in case.
Please do.
The woman we spoke to said that the sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind that it was Ikoma.
Well, that accurate? Then I'm sure we've got the right person.
Still, how did you even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim but bones.
Well, let's just say it's classified. For now.
Right. That means I shouldn't pry any further. Oh, we already did that. Click on his face! Oh yeah, I also looked into that lady you were asking about, Somakawa.
Oh yeah, did you find anything?
Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident, even though she moved here 5 years ago. And nothing came up for Somakawa in the civil registry either. So I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint.
I see. Is that quite common?
Happens. It's not unheard of for folks from the countryside to come here look for work and just to drift on without no one really knowing who they are. Apparently, it was really common during the post-war growth period.
It seems we have quite the mystery woman on our hands.
Yep. Though there's something I've been wondering about.
Oh? Let's hear it. You have some idea about who she might be?
Well, have you heard about the Kamishimiya Southern Sea disaster? It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back.
I have, yes.
One of the victims of that disaster was an ama diver and a housewife from Kamishimiya by the name of Marie Minikuchi. But her middle name was Somakawa. So our mysterious woman shares a surname with the maritime disaster victim. I'm impressed that you managed to dig that up. Wait, that actually might be his mom.
I was already looking into the Kamishima disaster because of the skeletal remains, so it was a happy coincidence, if anything.
Oh, so you thought they might be related too. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Either way, it seems like the body of those disaster victims were never found in the end, which got me thinking. Wait, are you saying...
Yep. I was thinking Marie Minakuchi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago.
And you think she moved to Ichika and started going by her old Somekawa name again?
That's right. What do you think?
It seems like a long shot, but maybe? If that's the case, then why would she have stayed in Ichika for 5 years without thinking to contact her family? Maybe she lost her memories in the disaster?
Right. If only she had her old memories to rely on,
it wouldn't have been so odd if she went back to using her old name. Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. It's difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for a whole 5 years. It's possible she never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing gets more likely than you would think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Marie Minakuchi from a report on the disaster. I haven't met this Somakawa person myself, so could you take a look at this for me and let me know what you think? Let's see.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I think that might be his mom. She just lost her memories. Oh no. Wait. But doesn't this also lend credence? This also lends credence to the theory that she's a mermaid, right? This also lends credence to that theory because, like, she's always an outcast. No matter where she goes, she is always an outcast. And even if she isn't a mermaid, she may be like 100-year-old person. It doesn't look like she's aged a day. She looks young as hell. And she has a grown kid. She doesn't look like she's aged a day. What do you think, Soda?
If she aged 5 years and growed badly gaunt, I could certainly see how this woman might have come to resemble Miss Somakawa. My thoughts exactly.
So you agree this is a pretty solid theory?
It's certainly worth looking into, yes.
But if she is really Mare Minakuchi, there's something else that concerns me.
Something else?
This is just what I've heard.
But it seems that the islanders over at Kamishimiya think this Marie Manakuchi was the cause of the disaster 5 years ago.
What? Why would they think that?
No idea, but it seems it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there.
Just mentioning her name is sort of a taboo. I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt that she couldn't go back home because of that.
Surely not. It seems as good of a reason why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway. If she really is if she is really related to that storm 5 years ago, then she's a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first. Can I leave talking to Miss Samazawa to you two, then? We'll handle that. Yes.
It is his mom. Right, I think it might be his mom. She just may have lost her memories. Is there something else going on I don't know about?
So people believe this Mare Minakuchi called forth the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago, do they? I didn't expect the curse of the raging waves to come up here of all places. Wait. That's it. I remember now. The sole survivor of Tanishimiya. His surname was Somakawa. There was something else about the Somakawa, a wooden box. Surely that wouldn't be too much of a coincidence. Well, that's about all I had to report. Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, could we ask you to keep looking into Kipe Ikoma for us? Roger that. We'll see if we can find Somakawa again and hear what she has to say. Unfortunately, it looks like our trip to Kamishima will have to wait until tomorrow. So it seems. Oh, you had business on Kamishima too? That was actually our original reason for coming here, yes. Now that we've gotten caught up in all this other troublesome business, it looks like we'll be dealing with that. Looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was hoping to get this over with as soon as possible, so I could get back home to my husband.
She is such a bird. Oh my god. She's such a bird. I love her so much. Ah, I see. You're surely devoted to your husband.
Oh, very much. I do worry, as he never eats properly when I'm not around. In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note. Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening. Anything could be of help. Sure will do. Though you're kind of making me worried that something might actually happen now. I'd certainly prefer it if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective.
Oh, okay.
Bad news, man. It seems we're a step too late. What do you mean? It seems that someone took that Somakawa woman out to sea just a few moments ago. What? According to the witness, a foreign man came to port with Somakawa in tow. They boarded a motorboat. They boarded a motorboat that was moored there and headed out into the bay. It didn't appear to be by force, so that we can probably assume they knew each other. A foreign man? I'm not sure what's going on, but we should probably get a boat and follow just in case. Yes, let's see if... Soda, what's wrong? The spiritual force is overwhelming.
Oh shit! What's happening?
Oh, my body won't move. What's going on? Ugh. That girl over there. Is she doing this?
Oh, it's Cersei!
You can withstand this curse? You really are strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh god.
Voitithkos, Pneumia, Spirit Guardian, give me the wisdom of the numinous. O high spirit, guiding spirit, light my path ahead. It seems like I've saved us the effort of searching for them. So it seems. Let's see if this girl can tell us what we want to know. Who are you? I could ask the same of you. What do you want with Miss Somakawa? So you know Miss Somakawa? You know who Miss Somakawa is, don't you? Maybe. What is it to you? Ma'am, this girl's spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. She seems hesitant to employ any curses against people. I have an opening. May I use my curse of binding to restrain her? Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here. All right. I certainly wouldn't mind getting some information out of her, so this is as good of an opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. When she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. On your signal.
Use Soda's Curious. What? I have to do it? What? Where do I come in? What do you mean I have to do? What? Why am I in it? Hold on, but why am I? Why am I in it now? What? What do you mean? You can't use your own discretion? Why do I have to do it? Okay. Use Soda Kiryu's Curse of Binding to restrain your opponent when they let their guard down. Use the curse button to signal to him to use it. You only have 3 chances to use the curse! Excuse me? Question.
Can we assume that the foreign man who took Miss Somakawa is a friend of yours? Then. So what? Why are you trying to follow him, then? Now then, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all of this and just talk a bit? Not happening. You're going to use a curse on me the moment I drop my focus. If you resist any more, we'll have to take you in for obstruction of public duties. Wait, you're with the police? Despite appearances, yes. Defying us could net you with quite the heavy punishment. I see. You must be from Paranormal Affairs. Then I definitely can't do what you say. What?
Okay, so just kind of.
You have quite some nerve standing up to us, despite knowing where we're from. Don't think you'll get off lightly for this. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right? What do you want with Miss Somakawa? I could say the same for you. You just want the relics for yourself, don't you? What? You know about the relic? You're also with Paranormal Affairs, then? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I suppose this is the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members can recognize each other. Ugh, what a bother. You're also with Paranormal Affairs, then?
Okay, so we're not quite there yet, so we need to appease.
So we're both from Paranormal Affairs, are we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's none of your business anyway. Even knowing that we're from Paranormal Affairs, you kept a straight face and hid your ties. I can tell you're both bold and smart. Thanks. Will you give up now? So you're with Paranormal Affairs, but you need the relic yourself, and you're unwilling to cooperate with us, am I correct? If that's what you think, could you give up already?
Oh man. What do we do? Huh. I think that last compliment was your window. Like this one. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, let's try baiting her.
Alright, I understand where you're coming from. We won't interfere anymore. Soto, you can stop now. Ma'am?
Use it! You grown-ups and your dirty tricks!
You did well to be cautious of us, but I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Now, will you tell us what you're up to here?
Ugh.
I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You'll never catch the boat now. Plasteris Arturi, guide my path. With thy merciful hand uphold me. What? She broke the binding? Bye-bye.
Ugh, confound it.
Stop right there! Ugh, looks like she's given us the slip. I doubt we'd be able to catch her now. Still, I'm going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl. I put in a call to Paranormal Affairs to ask about our errant young lady just now.
I assume that she's indeed affiliated with them.
Yes, it seems her name is Circe Lunarlight. She's an exorcist from England, who's come here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, as I understand it. The Lunarlight family, I see. Oh, are they well known? I've heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists, and quite an old one, too. It would certainly explain the strength of her spirit sense. Right. In any case, it seems she is in the care of Paranormal Affairs while she's in Japan. Honestly, I wish they would just tell us these things in advance. What is she doing here in Mie Prefecture? Well, it seems even Paranormal Affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. But from the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignments to travel around Japan, visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead. It doesn't seem like they're keeping an eye on her at all. Unfortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo once we see her next.
I see. More work for us, then.
Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She seemed to know about Somakawa, too. I've got a bad feeling about all of this. Shall we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area. No, not now. If all that's true, I doubt she'll be looking to cause too much trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other again eventually. I think that's quite enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day, or head for Kamishimiya first thing tomorrow. Understood. All right.
Someone's in trouble later. Exactly. Avi, why are you running around Japan with this little girl? Mr. Ryder-san. Alrighty. Unfortunately, as much as I really want to do this, I think we are coming up on time. Yes, we are definitely coming up on time. Thank you all so much for coming today, and yes, I am so happy to have read for you, so this way you guys can experience this game. On Friday, though, on Friday I have a couple of things prepared for you. Maybe you'll like them. This one is going to be more of a harken back to the old script reading days. I have a couple of things to lull you to sleep, maybe. So, stay tuned for that. But with that being said, let's find someone to share our love with. Shall we? And trust me, we've got a whole lot of love to give. Let's see. It looks like, let's see, who should I send you all to? It looks like Suika Sterling is playing, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Let's go over there and have some Pokemon Stadium 2 fun. Shall we? Thank you all so much for coming today. Be good, treat each other well, and make sure to brush your teeth and floss. That's very important. Good night, everyone. Especially you, YouTube. I always forget to say good night to YouTube. But good night. Mwah. Mwah. Extra kisses for you.